always looking for quick and easy solutions in the kitchen, right? I mean, remember Hamburger Helper, just add the flavor pack to the meat and you're done and everything's great. So what I've decided to do is an occasional series on these kinds of shortcuts, which I'm calling Spice Madness. So this first one is a Rustic Red Sauce pack from Savory Spice. So I'm going to see, what does it say here? It says Spice and Easy, right? And it says Italy called, they want their sauce back. All right. And so what it says to do really is not much. I have a 28-ounce can of tomatoes, and then it says just kind of take this pack and stick it, just dump it in there, and that's all there is to it. And then bring it to a boil and let it simmer covered for about 6 or 8, what does it say, 6 or 8? 8 to 10 minutes. So that's basically what I'm going to do. So I'm going to do that, we'll come back, and we'll see what we've got. All right, so I did nothing, right?
Correct.
Okay, I just put the stuff in and I mixed it up, and here it's bubbling and it's been cooking for about 10 minutes, so we're going to give it a taste.
It's a little thick also.
Yeah, that's pretty thick.
Yeah.
It's, right, I think it's got, it's a little sweet.
It's sweet.
A little sweet, for sure.
Yeah.
It,
For our taste, it's sweet.
well, no, I mean, it's
Yeah.
just sweet. And then, it's got, I think it's got enough heat, pepper to it.
Yeah.
Not enough salt, though.
Yeah, it could use more salt. The garlic's good, that's coming through.
Yeah.
Most of the, maybe a little oregano.
All right.
I think
All right.
otherwise the herbs are pretty good.
So I think the thing, a thing to do if something's too sweet is you can try to cancel that out a little bit with some acid.
Acid,
All
yeah.
right, so tell you what we're gonna do. We're gonna put in some oregano, maybe about, I don't know,
Doesn't need a lot.
doesn't need a lot, maybe that's about like a half a teaspoon
Yeah.
of oregano. I have some red wine vinegar. Don't know how much to put in. Let me just start with a little bit. And also a little bit of red wine, I think is probably a good idea. That'll also help thin it out just a little
Yeah,
bit.
that's what I think it could use, a little thinning.
Okay, so we put that in. Now that's gotta cook a little bit, and it needs salt, right? It absolutely needs salt.
Right.
Okay, so let's do that. And cook it for a little bit, and then we'll give it another taste. Okay, so we played with it a little bit. I think we've kind of got it closer now. I think. Definitely not as sweet. We put a couple ounces of wine, a couple ounces of vinegar, something like that.
Yeah, that helped.
A couple of pinches of salt.
Yeah.
And some oregano.
I think the
You could-
salt's good.
Yeah, you could go a little further, but I think it's okay. So the final judgment on the Rustic Red Sauce from Savory Spice is, it's not bad, but Italy didn't really call and ask for this back. So we have an epilogue.
Yes.
It was interesting, after tasting the sauce, and we talked about it later, and we kind of concluded that it reminded us of what we used to call Greek diner tomato sauce. You know,
Right.
I was on Long Island, we used to call it that.
All over New Jersey.
All over Jersey, you
Right.
called it that too. Okay, so I said, what if we try to just go in that direction?
Lean into it.
Lean into it, exactly. So what so it happens that I had 5 ounces of ground lamb in the basement, in the freezer, and I took that out, and I'm gonna put that in this pan, and so we're gonna double down on some of the more Greek style spices. So this is a half a teaspoon of cumin, and it's a lot for this much lamb, but it's gonna go with the sauce, right? And then I've got, this is just like 1/8 of a teaspoon of ground clove. It was freshly ground. These are very, strong flavors. And then finally, I'm gonna grate in a little bit of nutmeg, and that's a really strong flavor.
Yeah.
I mean, you just can't even measure, you don't even wanna measure nutmeg. You just wanna go, okay.
That's it. I can
That's
see
it.
how much is.
Oh, that's it. That's all we need. Alright, so I got that up and I'm just kind of browning it, I guess. And that only takes like a, it takes a very short period of time. In fact, I don't have to cook it all the way through, because the next step.
Oh, the salt too.
Oh yeah, I should add a pinch of salt, not too much, because the sauce itself
Yeah.
had plenty of salt. So just enough to salt the lamb. And then I'm going to take some of the sauce, and I actually don't know how much, but enough that makes sense with this much lamb. It's only 5 ounces. So let's see, we're going to make it a nice chunky cut of lamb sauce. So I'm going to put some of this sauce in here. So there's a couple of good scoops of sauce. That's actually not really enough. We'll go some more. So all in all, looks like what I'm ending up putting it in is about a cup. This is a 2-cup container. It was full. And so I'm putting about a cup of that in here. And we're going to take it in that other direction. So I'm going to let this simmer a little bit. And then we're going to come back and taste it and see if, taking it in this other direction kind of made this whole thing work better. Okay, so we've got our chunky little sauce here. And now we're going to give it a taste and see if this make that flavor pack work a little better.
Yeah, in a word, yes.
Yeah, it did make it work better.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Greece is calling to get their sauce back either.
No, but it's tasty.
It's tasty. If you just
Right.
kind of say, I don't, I'm not going to try to put a label on it.
Yeah.
Is this a good thing? It's a good thing.
It's a tasty dinner.
So this is a way to use up that flavor pack that we talked about earlier, and we'll see you next time.